Hello everyone and welcome back to STEM Sprouts. Today we are going to talk about bones. So bones are very important to us. They are found in our bodies and other animals' bodies as well. So our bones, or our skeleton, it helps keep us upright, and it helps us move, it helps us dance, it helps us do all those kind of things. It also helps us grow. So our skeleton over time, our bones build more and more so that we are able to get taller. So today we are going to build a skeleton. So I have a printout here. It is from Little Dots Education. I will post the link down below to print this out. But today we're going to cut out all these skeleton pieces and we are going to build our own skeleton. So for this lesson you will need a printout of a skeleton, a black piece of paper, a glue stick, and a pair of scissors. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to cut out all of the pieces of the skeleton here. And it might be a lot of cutting, so you can always ask for a grown-up for some help. And it doesn't have to be cut out perfectly. So the first thing I cut out was your hip bones. So our hips help us move and it helps us dance. It also helps us ride a bike. They're very, very important. The next thing I'm cutting out is hands. So our hands have the most bones in them. So each little segment, if you look at your hand, is a new bone. So we have a bone here, a bone here, a bone here. And all of these help us grab things and hold on to things when we're climbing. It helps us hold our water while we drink it. It helps us get food into our bodies. Our hands do a lot of things. We have two hands here, a left and a right. Next is our feet. So our feet are very important because they help us stand up. So our toes on our feet actually push up against the ground to help us stand. If we didn't have toes, we wouldn't be able to stand upright. I have 2 feet, a left and a right foot. Now I'm going to cut out our torso for our skeleton. So our torso has a lot of bones in it. It has our spine and our rib bones and our sternum. And all of these protect our inner organs. So things such as our lung and our hearts are in our torso. Next, I'm doing the arm bones. So our arm bones are split in 2. So it's 1 bone in each arm, but they kind of have like a space between them, and that helps us move our arms. And those are our lower arms, and here are our upper arms. So these are the bones that are connected to our shoulders. all shoulders and arms. And I'm going to put them with my hands so I don't get them mixed up with the arm with the leg bones. We have 2 sets of leg bones. We have them in our thighs, which is the higher part of our legs, just below our waist. And then we have a set of bones that goes from our knees all the way down to our ankles. And our leg bones help us jump and swim and all sorts of stuff. And then lastly, I'm going to cut out one of our most important bones in our body. So one of the most important bones in our body is our skull. So our skull is right behind our faces, and it helps keep our brain safe. And our brain is essentially the thing that keeps us going. Our brain helps us think, it helps us move our arms, it helps us blink, it helps us breathe even when we're sleeping. So it is one of the most important bones in our body. So what we need to do now is we need to put this skeleton together. So the easiest thing would be is to kind of do head, shoulder, knees, and toes. So our head would be the skull. So I'm going to put that at the top. So I'm going to take a little glue. I'm going to glue it down. So we did the head, and the next would be shoulders. So our shoulders are part of our torso. So our torso goes from here to here. So that would be this one. So I'm going to add our torso and our shoulders. Head, shoulders. We're moving down, but we're not quite to the knees yet. So one of the most important things is our hips. So our hips look like this. Oops, I have them upside down. So this is our hips. And these help us move, these help us sit down, so we need to add those to our skeleton. Okay, so we have our head, we have our torso, we have our hips, and from our hips are our legs. So with our legs, let's see here, so these are arms, I gotta get these out of here. So with our legs, we start with singular bones. So these are one of the strongest bones. So we're going to put those next to our hips. Okay, let's see. And they kind of stick out from the hips a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, so I got one on that side, and I need one on the other side. Okay, so I got one part of our legs done. Then we need our split bones here. So these go from our knees all the way down to our ankles. So glue those in here. And we want the biggest end on top and the smaller end on the bottom. And then we need feet. This guy needs some feet. So we have a left foot and a right foot. One foot there. Okay, so our skeleton has head, shoulder, or a torso. We have hips, we have 2 parts to our legs, we have our feet, but he has no arms yet. So, for the arms, we need to start with those whole strong bones again. And one's got to go on the left side, and one's going to go to the right side of the torso. So that would be from your shoulders. Then we have our forearm bones here. Gotta add those on there. And then last but not least, he needs hands. So he has a right hand and a left hand. And if you want to, you can add some holes in the skull for the eyes. We also have a hole in our skull for our nose. And then we have a jaw for our mouth. So our jaw comes in 2 pieces. It has a bone here, and it has a bone down here too. And those help us talk and sing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson today. If you did this lesson with me, post a video or a photo down below so we can see what you guys are up to. Otherwise, thank you for joining me for Step Sprouts, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!